Welcome to the show, folks. Yeah, I'm actually running my own show. Can you imagine that? Man, I went from sitting around um, like I was glued to the chair, and then all of a sudden just running around Orlando Podfest. Hope you're not sick of hearing about that. I'm sure you're not, because it was a stellar time with stellar people. And then all the way across to LA. That's right. Beverly Hillbillies 2.0 was in place, guys. It was unbelievable. And yeah, I got some really cool friends out of it. I learned a lot and brought a lot back, internal, external. So I tell you what, we're not going to waste a lot of time today. Beverly, she said, let's go. Hey, we are going, my friend. I had to get my office shed back in order, y'all. So I am thrilled to be back. Hey, not going to go on and on, but understand this. If you're new to the hounds, you're in the hounds, doesn't matter. We're leveling the standard and the value. That's not a catchphrase, folks. That's God's honest truth. So a lot of people out there, they want to be somebody, they want to be their best self, they want to get rid of the job, they have a passion to go out there, build a business, time, money, and freedom to get it done, right? Whatever it is, right? To help other people, probably with the stuff you struggle with, right? If you're like us. And hey, all you need is the right room, right people, resources, and support. So stay tuned. Now is the best time if you want to go to a group call, DM me, learn more. Let's do this, okay? So today's guest, hey, one of those conversations where if it lands, it lands. All right. And I have met a lot of people. I'm the connector, right? And but boy, there's only one Bass Porter. All right. He's not here to motivate y'all. I wanted to give you a little FYI and heads up. He's here to tell you the truth that most high performers never get to hear. All right. He's worked with leaders who are already successful on paper, but many of them are just something's not sustainable underneath the surface. You know what I'm talking about, right? You might look good on the outside, but man, inside there might be something going on, right? So his work ain't about fixing people, right? It's about dismantling systems, beliefs, and conditioning that quietly cap performance and burnout leaders, y'all. He has helped me tremendously personally, so it's a great honor to bring him here. And he doesn't do infomercials, so guys, take notes. People out there, take good notes. All right, hopefully, he won't invoice us for this. All right, I'm not over promising. All right, you're going to get something out of this. And let's go ahead. If you're wired for depth and not dopamine, let's lean in and let's get going, y'all. Welcome to the show. Again, if can y'all tell I'm happy to be here? Oh, real quick, well, we'll run the intro and then we'll give a shout out to the one and only who filled in for me last week. Let's do this. See, look, I've been gone 1 week and I can't find the buttons, y'all. Here we go. It's showtime.
Are you looking to grow your network and your net worth with other high-level, heart-centered professionals? Then grab a seat and your favorite beverage and join Mike Asherbranner, the Redneck Connector. It's time for the Hounds of Business Community Happy Hour.
All right, folks. Well, let's give a shout out real quick to the one and only April Wyatt of Living with Intention. She will be on the show next week, along with Julie Johnson of Integrate Trauma Informed Network and Christopher Colombo, MD, Positive Psychology. He's got more acronyms than I got letters in my last name. He's a great guy, top notch. And Curtis Rivers, Hollywood stuntman turned soul guide. This will be an epic event. So bring everyone to this. Anybody you know, it doesn't matter if they work at a job, entrepreneur, nonprofit. This is going to be an epic one. All right. Anybody who considers themselves a high achiever or about to become one, if you're humble, hey, this one's for you. So let's bring him up to the stage. But before I do that, I wanted to make sure April White gets a shout out. Go to her on LinkedIn. That's the best place to follow April. She's also on YouTube, Living with Intention. And she has a retreat in Bali. And I think this thing is, I know it was halfway full. So it might be almost 3/4 of the way full. So we're not looking just to fill spots. We're looking to fill spots with the right people, folks who want to reset. They want an internal recalibration. They want to be around like-minded people in a great atmosphere and just really take away something special. She's one of the best in the business, and just had to give her a shout out. So thank you, April, for all you do. And maybe, just maybe, we can plan one for next year for the Hounds. All right. I'm thinking Hounds Retreat keeps coming up. Sounds good to me, y'all. So, and you can, Hey, if you do it right, you can write it off, right? Business people. There you go. Woohoo. I had a mentor one time, and I'll ask Baz about this. I had a mentor one time tell me, he says, a long time ago, before I had anything, any clue, just worked the job, dealt with it. He says, he said, poor people take vacations and wealthy folks take business trips. And I never understood that until I had to file as a business owner. Yeah, it's amazing. So keep that in mind. October 10th to 17th of this year, folks. So you got plenty of time to plan, but go ahead and either pass this along to somebody who is looking for it or maybe, or just go check it out yourself. All right. Last but not least, let's bring him up. This guy is a personal great friend, an amazing guide and mentor to me. And it's a complete honor to bring him up here and share him with everybody else. One and only, Mr. Baz, because I'm a hillbilly, Boz Porter. Welcome, Boz. There's my soundboard. Yay! Crowd goes wild. How are you, man?
I'm very well, man. How are you?
Oh, well, you can tell. I'm trying to behave. It's not working too good, is it, folks? All right. So,
Like a habit of a lifetime.
Behaving, I'm done with it. That's why I got my own job, man. So, oh gosh. So Baz, real quick, because I like to go down memory lane just a little bit before we get rolling. How did we meet? I'm getting older. I got a lot, but did you get lost and stumble into a group call or something, or do you remember? Because I love the meat of the story anyway.
Yeah. So I was posting on LinkedIn, as people do. You commented on something, and I thought it was just refreshing. So I jumped across to your profile, gave you a message, and then you automated me a message back with a link to a group call. Nothing wrong with that. It's savvy. So I attended the group call, and it wasn't a pitch, which was a refreshing change. It was a different level of interaction. So I just said, okay, it's a 7-day trial. I'll sign in, and I never left. But what happened was, it was interesting because I was expecting the pitch, the elevator pitch. It's all about me. I'm the guru. Da 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 da. And then it wasn't that. It was something different. So I really found your presentation refreshing and also very informative.
Hey, people go, what do? I want to build this. I want to do that. I want to be great at something, right? I want to learn how to do marketing. I want to learn. Get out there, right? I don't know how to swim. Jump in the water. You're going to figure it out real quick, right? And that's what I did. I didn't know what I was doing. I just went out there to do things. And folks, I'm not making this up, right? Folks in my life, I can list a whole scroll of people, but I met Baz by putting myself out. Baz, be honest. You're always honest. Was I polished and perfect and clean? Is that, you just kind of alluded to it? It wasn't.
No. No.
What was it that you were attracted? Because I'm not bragging. What I want is, there's a lot of people sitting out there. There's a lot of strays who know that there's a pack for them, that we're attracting. We're not selling.
Yeah.
And I didn't have people like you in my orbit, so I never got to grow. I didn't have what I needed. But putting myself out there is, some people laugh at you. Some people go, but there's folks like you who are very high level, who are driven by a different metric, right? Not just money. And you saw something different. And I want people to know that if they put themselves out there, yeah, it might be tough. You might get smacked around a couple times, right? You might have to go through a lot of hell. But if I had stopped, I wouldn't have met Baz. And that's God's honest truth. And I wouldn't have met these great folks like Beverly and, Royce Blake. And they have impacted my life as well as my business. So that's why I asked that, because we're going to get into this kind of subject. And we have a real example. So what were you attracted to? Because you have options.
Yeah. I was just attracted to the uniqueness of what you were offering. It wasn't, let me put it like this, and this isn't a slate on anybody running groups or masterminds or anything else, but a lot of them are the same. They're the same pitch, they're the same thing, they're the same conundrum, they're the same time, they're the same people. And if I go to a place, a community, for any reason, I need to see not only the value in it, but also the exchange. Not people just showing up to a meeting going, here's my elevator pitch, come and work with me.
Right.
Or desperation, come and work with me, I need clients now.
Trying to sell bald people haircuts, my favorite line. Yeah.
There wasn't any of that. It was very refreshing. I met April. I've met a lot of other people, Russ. I've met Beverly here. These people are very heart-centered. And like in any entrepreneurial journey, you're always going to have this awareness of, I'm out of my depth. And it gets scary. And it is. I get it. It is scary, and it's also very fulfilling when you start to realize that you're a part of a bigger network or a part of something bigger than just, oh, I'm a coach, or I'm a consultant, I'm an entrepreneur. All of these things stack on, they compound. But when you're with the right network, then you can still really build the momentum into something far more impactful.
Right.
But it's fueled by the right people around you. I didn't grow from nothing. There was always a slog into learning and trying to understand what the hell I was doing. And I can't remember how many times I fell flat on my face and going, am I doing the right thing?
Yeah.
And every entrepreneur that I've ever spoken with, ever helped, ever interviewed, has said the same thing. They've reached a point, not just once, several times, and they've questioned their own sanity. And what I found with Mike's group was it was okay to feel insane for a period of time until you found your feet.
It's okay not to be okay in the beginning.
Yeah.
Come as you are. You may not be your best self, but you can be.
Yeah.
Right.
And you don't have to be polished. There is a place for a polished brand. But unless you've got a few $1 million to put into that, you kind of like bootstrapping it together. There is a place for polished talk and polished keynotes. But you don't have to be polished. You don't have to have everything all together, because not one human being that I've ever met has everything together. So be who you are and be with a community that accepts you without trying to change you, but also challenge you. Don't go into a community thinking you know it all, because I certainly don't. But I do know what I know about people, and I do know what I know about how to move people and propel them forward as fast as they want to go.
Right.
Be in a community that's intentional.
Well, and plugging the holes in each other's boats, right? Like, people, it amazes me. They're like, wow, that was a great graphic you put out there, Mike. And I'm laughing. I'm like, of course it was great, because Claudia Morolanda made it, right? Like, or, hey, that thing you did. I'm like, I can't draw a stick figure. I can't, but we can. I can't, but we can. And I know it sounds corny as my hat, but, at the same time, it's the truth. And so, thank you for that, because when I say high value, or we say high performer, high achievers, we're not talking about your resume and your bankroll. We're talking about your mentality, right? And there's a lot of folks. I mean, Oprah wasn't Oprah, right? Joe Rogan wasn't Joe Rogan. I still knew him as the Fear Factor dude, And so, yeah, I mean, go back and watch that and look at him today. There was a progression and evolution, and that's what I want to paint the picture. I want this to be, a conversation. Folks in the audience, ask questions. Vaz is one thing. He's not scared. He loves to bring value. He loves to tackle. He may not be able to do it all today, but ask questions if something in this conversation, it's not scripted. I want to give this guy a free, platform to show who he is, what he does, because he has people's best interests at heart. And a lot of people say that it's good marketing. It's like when people say I have integrity. Yeah, until $5 million is on the table, and then see how the room clears, right? And I want people to know that, because he has been instrumental in my experience, me growing. And here, I'll share this. You know, it's not the most trusting world we live in, right? And so when I first met Baz, he was so good that I was like, oh man, might be something up, right? And so I was guarded up, and and about, I don't know, maybe 20 hours into it, I said, well, if this guy's not clean, he's the worst con man I've ever seen, because all I got was value. That's what my brain said. I said, you keep interacting with this guy, and every time you do, good things happen. Your mentality changes, your mindset changes, and you start reaping rewards. And that's what I want for others. All right, so let's get into it, if you don't mind, brother. Again, a lot of high performers, up and comers, people with that mentality. Instead of scrolling on YouTube all day looking at entertainment, they're trying to watch Jim Rome. They're trying to find the solution, right? I found Goggins and blew my head off, right? So, but they feel stuck at whatever phase they're in without being able to explain why. And that's a very torturous place to be. So in your work, what's really happening when excellence stops working? When they get in that stuck in the mud?
Great question to start with. I think there's a word that sums this up, and it's called plateau. Everybody in every single walk of life goes through acceleration stages, growth stages, and I'm going to go into each stage briefly without going too in depth and confusing people. But they come to this plateau stage. The acceleration stage is, oh God, I'm eager. We've got this. Bam, 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 bam. 18 hours a day, full on. Let's go.
Right.
It doesn't have to be perfect. One of my mentors says, go fast and break shit. That's what he does. So that's the principle in the acceleration stage. It's experiment. It's going faster and faster and faster. Then we go through the growth, which is not the acceleration. This is the bit where the acceleration takes hold and the learning happens. Growth is about expanding internally and also externally. And then the dreaded plateau. Everything seems to just stop. Just all of a sudden, you come to a screeching halt. If you're in this stage, you're not stuck. Nothing's stopped. What you're doing is embodying the information and the momentum you've had so far. The universe, God, people, external resources can't take you to that next level until you've embodied the things you've already learned. You've learned from them, you've understood them, and you're utilizing them. That isn't just knowledge. It isn't just products, giving more, helping other people. It's your own self-worth, your own being, standing still long enough to savor the flavors, as Keith just said. But the internal dialogue is going, I'm in panic mode because you've just experienced all this growth and all this momentum. So the illusion, external illusion, and the internal illusion, which is where the fear comes in, is this plateau stage where you think, oh, I've stopped. I'm doing it wrong. And this is where most entrepreneurs get it, have a value, don't get it wrong, because the no such thing as this wrong and right thing. But they have a valuable lesson. And the lesson is quite simple. Don't change it, because you don't know if it's not working, or equally if it is working, because you don't have enough data points. When I say data points, I'll give you an example. When I was rebuilding my entire business after something not very nice happening twice, I had to verify not just the product, but my ideal client. So I reached out to over 700 high-value executive women in my LinkedIn. I sat my little ass down for a whole weekend and then some, and I was audio messaging people and video messaging who I thought were my ideal clients. And 440 8 women responded and booked a call with me.
Whoa.
And I was like, that's interesting. How can I manage all this? Time equals payoff. So I sat down with these women and I interviewed them. I didn't have a product to sell. This was just learning about them, problems, their life journeys, and all the rest of it.
Yeah, like a focus group. Yeah.
But what I did say on this meeting was, if I was to build something or a number of things to support you to help solve these particular problems that you've just spoken about, would that be worth another conversation? Every single one of them, 448 that I interviewed, said 100% yes. Reach back out.
Well, hold up, real quick. Don't change that channel.
No.
Wait a minute. You didn't do limited time only, high pressure tactics, none of that mental gymnastics. You just said, hey, if this is in your best interest and you like what you're seeing and this is helpful, would you like to talk again?
Yes.
Oh, did y'all hear that? Or hey, rewind this after the show, folks. I'll clip this because I want you to understand that's it. You don't have to perform all the time. Yeah, you need systems and a offer, but he went out to figure out what's out there, who needs what. It's not hokey. I want y'all to know, because a lot of people are just making stuff to sell because they're desperate, whatever. And you're out there trying to figure out who needs something that I can provide. Go ahead.
But the catch was in that most of these women that I was speaking, and I say women because my ideal clients are high executive women, high performing executive women. So this isn't just generic. I was very, very focused, but they were very confused because they were actually waiting for the punchline. They were waiting for the pitch. They were waiting for the elevator pitch.
Yeah.
And waiting for me to go, oh, by the way, I've got something to help you. But I genuinely didn't. I didn't have anything because it was still in production. But it built up so much curiosity. In this plateau bit, we'll get back into that, be curious. And the more curious you are, the more people will gravitate towards you. Ask questions. One of I don't know him personally, I know of him. And he wrote a book about principles. I can't remember his name. The principle. It'll come to me. Somebody put it in the chat because you all know what it is. Ray Dalio. And he speaks about being curious about what you don't know. In that book, that's it, 4 principles. Thank you, Beverly. He talks about asking people for help. We don't know everything. Don't assume to know everything. And you'll be surprised how many people would be willing to help you and go out of their way to give you knowledge or relationships or a platform, as long as you ask in the right way. There is a caveat with that, and it is called the law of reciprocity. You must give 3 times more value than you receive. The reason for that is quite simple. The more you give, the more you're remembered. But you give unconditionally. Unconditionally is simply put, this is for you. Do what you want with it. I have no expectation of what you do. That is unconditional. Not, here's this, but you must do this with it. But if you do that more often, without the expectation, without the expectation that you're going to receive something back, while being curious, the more you'll generate the prosperity, the momentum, the relationships that you need to achieve what it is you want to do.
And you're talking about when you go to form new relationships and even upgrade them, because you're not saying that there's not a time for contracts or agreements and formalities and making money. You're saying in the interim, when you meet someone and get to know them, right? Like, hey, like I always say, you're forcing vegan steak dinners. Nobody likes it. And don't just run around massively trying to spray the same message to 5 million people. You're talking about being intentional, correct?
Yeah.
Right. And you're good at it. You're great at it. And you've done it to me. It was very easy for me to tell people about you, to open doors and to do that like you were doing for me. You were guiding me. So when people go, hey, I'm like, how are you? I'm like, man, I'm amazing. Woo. You know me, I get a professional Muppet style. I'm like, wah! Right. And they're like, what's going on with you? They're curious. Right. And so I said, hey, I'm working with this guy. His name's Baz, man. He's awesome. I didn't even know I was needing a Baz. I didn't go to the store for a gallon of milk and a Baz. I didn't know that. People tell us that. Well, I'm not looking for a community. Neither are we. I didn't go to the store for some gas in a community, but we found it. And that's amazing how when you put yourself out there, you find shit that oh man, I didn't know I needed that. That's amazing. And but that's how you built, and that's how you continue to build. And that's very impressive because you have a lot of accolades. You've been there and done that. And you put the horse before the cart, and that's very impressive. It's very rare in what I see on a daily, weekly, yearly basis. So let's dive into that a little bit, because you talk a lot about internalizing the wrong story. Hey, woo, I'm a case study for you, right? Because we all have baggage in programming, childhood, other things. So what are high achievers blaming themselves for that was never really their fault? Is there a theme there? Is that a common thing? Or
yeah, I love this question. This is sort of the wheelhouse of where I work with, and the foundation of where I work when I'm doing one-on-one clients. Everybody is telling themselves a story. Everybody's running a program. However, this is the difference between the program awareness and it run you and your life, and asking yourself a very uncomfortable question. Is this reality real? Is this story real? Most of the time, it's not. I'm going to clarify something here. Identity work is not coaching. Identity work is deep-rooted, deep-seated belief and value systems. And the value systems are often, if not always, conflicting. This is where the story takes hold. And it isn't you running the program, it's previous experiences, previous relationships, previous everything, and ancestry.
is projection, is that an example of what you're talking about? Okay.
Yeah. So let's get really basic and granular.
Okay.
If your mum or a member of your family said, money doesn't grow on trees, what do you believe? Money doesn't grow on trees.
Right.
But the same statement in the opposite way around, then it becomes true, because that's what we believe. It's our lens of what we see to be true. It doesn't make it true or false. It just makes it real or authentic from where we position ourselves and where we look. So the trick is how to unpick that. We make our own reality, period. We invest in what we focus on and in the most, emotionally, mentally, physically. So if you want to be an athlete and you want to win a Olympic race, you got to put the miles in. You don't just go out there and win an Olympic race. You do the training. Let's take Linford Christie back in the day. I'm an old I'm old and I remember him. Or Usain Bolt. He trained for 26 years to get that first world record. He raced himself. He was in competition with himself for 26 years. And he believed he could create all of the momentum for one goal or one shot for glory. And he did. Roger Bannister, back in the day, up until he broke the 4-minute mile record, everybody told him it was impossible. The Romans tried this. Until he broke it, it was impossible. After he broke it, within a year or 18 months, one of them, somebody fact check me, please. At least 3 to 4 people, because I don't know the actual number, that's why I say fact check me, broke that record after him within 2 or 3 years, or even I think it was 12 months, I think. If I'm wrong, please correct me, because I can't remember the facts and the stats for this. But all of it was deemed impossible because someone believed it wasn't possible. You were told it's not. You were told to be quiet. Children should be seen, not heard. You can't make money out of nothing. Da 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 da. All of these beliefs, or if we want to get really granular into depth, Jesus is watching you. You're a bad person. Don't do that. And there's loads of them. Every belief is being stacked and stacked and stacked on each other. And most of them are not true because they're not who you are. And to rewrite them, to unpick them, to lay them out is a different process. What did Polly say? Because that's relevant right now. Baz, what is the difference between a value and a belief? A value is something you hold concrete within yourself. A belief is a result of that value. So a belief, let me give you an example. A value is I have to be honest. I must tell the truth. The belief in that is I must tell the truth, and there's a rule next to it. Because it's virtually impossible to be completely truthful within life. Because you have conflicting values that tell you, oh, I didn't do that. Have you stole a rubber from school or a pencil? And your mum said, did you steal it? You're like, no, I didn't. That's your value system kicking in to protect yourself. So the belief is the thing that you're protecting and the thing you'll say. The value is the core bit. And the confliction comes when someone says, I must be, take something simple, I must be honest, but then your preservation, your fear factor goes, well, I'll just tell a white lie. Right. And then that white lie becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So then you're in conflict with yourself. But then you start to go, well, I'm a bad person.
But 3 things, and folks chime in. That's why I put it in there. If you ever recognize that, hey, there's a tape playing in my head, who put that there? I don't like it anymore. You know, it's if you put a PC program into a Mac, it's called a virus, right? And that's kind of how I feel about it. I was like, what is this? What is that thought? And you're right. For me, I'll just be vulnerable. I hope to get the conversation going. And I saw Pollyanna. I said, well, here comes the questions. Pollyanna is bold as she's seeking knowledge, man. So new hound Pollyanna. It's great to see you. So here's my favorite, Baz. Grew up in church with the Sunday school pen, 6 years old. And I held this. Money is the root of all evil. Until probably about 15 years ago, I started studying, learning the Greek, and then I realized it's the love of money, not money. It was the love of money. And again, I'm talking about logic, folks. I ain't trying to talk church, but the love of money. Think about that. Because then I started going, well, what's that mean? And then I realized, hey, Lazarus was a rich dude. Somebody had to pay for all these poor fishermen running around bothering people. And see what I mean? This is what we're talking about, right, Baz? We're talking about, you being stuck thinking you suck, you're not good enough, and you just don't know what you don't know. Someone else comes along, you read the book, you went to the guide, right? Something happened where it went, now I got to choose. Holy cow. We see this a lot, right? We see this with military folks, right? They went through war, they have a lot of PTSD, and they're just like, no, it's the culture, right? I'm not going to do a fireman. I'm a former fireman. That's not what we do, until you see another fireman that you can relate to and look up to and admire. And then you might go, well, if that guy can do it and talk boldly, maybe I can do it, right? And that's a lot of what I'm not put words in your mouth, but that's kind of the concept, that people out there, they think they're the only ones. And what they don't realize is other people are just better hiding it than we are. And the quicker you get to it, the faster you can get over that plateau, correct?
Yes. So let's take the belief of money is the root of all evil. If you believe that to be true, you're then creating a limited version of yourself. I'm going to answer Beverly's question in a moment, because it leads into that. So the limited version of yourself is coming from a fear perspective. The fear perspective is the 4,000-year-old version of you still running around the Sahara Desert trying to stay alive. This is called the sympathetic body. This is where most of people stay. This is survival mode, fight and flight. This is stay alive. This is fight and all the way in, just the crazy stuff.
40 years.
And this is the irrational survival mind. To switch from that into what they call parasympathetic, which is the healing body, the safe zone. But you're so conditioned to be in fear, to be in panic, because that is where your body and nervous system is used to being.
Wait a minute. You mean that's true amongst all humans, not just me? I'm not weird for it.
Every single mammal, not just humans.
Oh.
Every single land mammal, ocean, every animal with a heartbeat has this switch. The moment you tell your mind to shut up, this is where it comes into play of choice. Yes, Beverly, you're right. Your brain cannot distinguish between real, what is in this reality, physical reality, and non-matter reality. What it considers real becomes your reality. If you've ever watched YouTube and you see these crazy gas people doing tight ropes on with the the VR headsets, and then they remove, or they push the guy, or they push the person, the guy with it, or the person with the VR headsets has a panic attack. That person is going through a survival mechanism to stay alive. Your brain, because it thinks that you're on top of a building on a tightrope, thinks you're actually going to fall. You've convinced your body through your brain and your own imagination, even though you're not on the top of a building on a tightrope, you're safe, you're in your living room and you've got a headset on, but your brain doesn't recognize that. Your brain's forgotten. The logical side of it is just like, hi, I'm on top of this building and I'm 17 million feet in the air going, I'm going to fall and going to die. But it's not true. So it automatically goes into nervous system and fear, panic mode. Entrepreneurs live this space. Anybody who's on an entrepreneurial journey, owns a business, or is in this lack mentality of I must. They're fighting the eternal battle of pushing things away, rather than just going, actually, I'm safe. And this is where it comes into, it's very interesting, Beverly, because you can trick the mind into believing through imagination and repetitive thought that whatever you feed it is true. It takes time to do it because we live in a lunar reality. It comes around in circles. It's not linear. Things are not straight lines. Forget that straight away. So things will come back around in different ways to test you. But you're always coming from this place of fear until you decide, enough. I am no longer listening to that program, and start installing another one. Hi.
Yeah, I'm not waving at you. I'm waving at Dr. Yolanda. I'm at her at Podfest. You know, you're messing with me. Hello. The Princess wave. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But all of it is condensing and compounding. And most of us, and I did this for years, I still do now, I'm not imperfect for this, I'm not immune to this. I will always default back into the fear.
Yeah.
But the moment you say, actually, no, how about we do something else? And start speaking it out loud. I could do this live if someone wants to, come through, or I'll do it with you, Mike, if you want, and actually go through the process. If that's, I need your permission. I'm not going to do it unless you say, yes, let's do that, because that sounds like fun.
Oh, you want to do it now?
If you want.
I mean, you've been coaching me for what, 9 months? I ain't scared of nothing now, so let's do it. You want to show the folks? Y'all want to see it? I want to hear you. I want to see comments.
I want to see comments in here as well.
All right. I'll pay attention. I got to be professional now. All right.
Professional? Yeah, but we'll try that one.
Ish. All right.
I still want some more comments. There's not enough coming through yet. So,
well,
if you want to see Mike actually go through this process, please tell me.
Yeah, this ain't scripted. He just put me on blast, and so I'm like, you know what? Yeah, courage before confidence. And while we're waiting to see if people wanted to, see this demonstration, I want to give a shout out. This show, hey, support it. Brought to you by, we got amazing folks. Beverly Neal Clinton, she's in the comments, folks. So Beverly Neal Clinton, that's Healing for Wounds. They do a lot more than just that. But I'll tell you what, there's lots of products, lots of companies, lots of good solutions. And then there's people that you can absolutely trust 1,000,000%. That's who you see here. So love having you in the pack, Beverly. Caregivers, physicians, they love it. This is not a weird thing. This is something that they're like, wow, finally someone got a solution and it's out there. So if folks are looking for this, if people need this, like I said, there's slews of folks, people with wounds. If you have somebody in need, loved ones, you know how the suffering is. This is a true solution, and I have seen this firsthand. So thank you, Beverly. Thank you for coming in, supporting people, and providing a solution that they and their loved ones desperately need, and physicians. So go find Beverly Neal Clinton, go to healingforwounds.com, and share this, because if it's on the screen, it's worth sharing, okay? And last but not least, this guy, Curtis Rivers, all right, Hollywood stuntman, world record holder, he had the dream life. He made it from nothing, like from dirt to doing a dream life, and he quit because he wasn't happy. Yeah, that's who we got in the hound. Shameless plug. Dadgummit, I'm a blessed guy. And so he's a great dude. He wants to go out there and help people. So if you're stuck and lost, looking for somebody to help you kind of figure out, maybe you quit that job. Maybe you haven't wrote that dadgum book that you've been dreaming about but didn't want to speak about, that kind of stuff. This guy's the real deal. He's a great man. You'll have a lot of fun. Go love on his YouTube, go love on his LinkedIn page. See how fast you get attention. All right. He likes reciprocity. It's like Baz said. Okay. So thank you all. They make this mission advance. So did we get any comments? They do want to see it. Okay. Okay. Couple.
You sure? Okay.
Right. Pollyanna. I'm surprised Pollyanna didn't write yes 6 times. Go ahead, Pollyanna. Do it if you want. So
you don't have to. That's not a necessity. We get. So I'm going to go something really basic here, so we can keep it in a format people can understand. What do you believe your worst fear is, Mike? Now, today, not the version of you back when, but now. Pollyanna, if you think I'm nice, you just see me on another day.
It depends on how you it come at him. But my biggest, you're talking about like just in general, any physical, doesn't matter.
Yeah, anything.
Not reaching my full potential, not changing my family's trajectory.
Okay.
Seriously.
So what I'm about to go through now, I'm just going to explain it why I go, is a concept of worst case scenario. Mike, can you close your eyes, please?
Sure. I'm on live stream. I can't cheat.
Yeah, I know. So I want you to put yourself in a position now where you're vulnerable. What is the worst case scenario? Do not open your eyes. I want you to visualize your worst case scenario of not achieving, of failing. Absolute worst case scenario. And when you've thought about it, I want you to speak it out loud.
Going backwards, having to get a job, go back to what I got out of.
So if you were in that job now, what would you feel?
Oh man, misery. That's the best way to put it.
Just describe that misery. You see it? Please carry on.
Just unhappy. Being told when to pee, when to do this, cap on the income, not being paid close to what I'm worth, having to deal with people I don't want to deal with, right? But I can't get away from them. Having to go in, miss birthday parties, miss special events, not, oh no, we can't go on vacation. No, we can't help people. No, you can't transform lives working the job. It would be hell for me. It was hell for me. Worst case.
People watching this now, did you see how uncomfortable? Keep your eyes closed. Do not open them. Did you see how uncomfortable Mike got? His body language, where his shoulders went, fidgeting. That is fear. That is fear manifested in the body, viscerally, because he's imagining himself back then. Now I'm going to layer onto that. What would it do for your family if that was the case? What would it do for your daughter?
If I was back then or working,
yeah.
They would follow my lead. They would follow my lead, think that was what they're supposed to do. They'd stifle their creativity. Their income limits would be limited. They wouldn't have the joy of venturing out, living, right? Making mistakes, failing, trying things. They would be like I was. And I don't want that. That's it. To have to say, oh, well, no, Dad can't make it. Dad's got to work overtime. He missed the guitar practice. Can't go on vacation when you did have a time off. It would impact them. They would live like I did.
Stop. Do you see what just happened? Every time you go back into the past, you think you can't get out of it, and you cycle and you compound the beliefs that are not true. Why I clapped was to disrupt the pattern. There are several ways to disrupt patterns. Noise is one of them. Language is another. Now I want you to repeat everything you just said, but I want you to repeat it backwards, Mike. Try and repeat it backwards out loud. It's going to come up gobbledygook. It's okay. But I want you to reverse engineer everything.
You mean say it literally backwards?
Yeah. Say it out loud backwards.
I can't even say it forwards. Are you serious?
Yeah. Try it.
Not do, grow. I can't do it.
Yeah. What I'm doing now is making him think about undoing all that he's done. I've now disrupted the pattern, which now gives me an open space to go somewhere else. Let's go somewhere really nice. Where do you want to be in 2 years' time? Where are you right now? What are you doing? What are you wearing? Who are you with?
I'm wearing this, but with my family. They look great. We're driving around, who knows what in, but probably at them. You know, we're at a grand stage. Somebody wanted us to come speak and share our story to inspire other people. They get out, they look good. Maybe they're in a limo because they're kids, you know, they like it. And
How much money in your account? What's the exact number in your account?
oh, in 2 years?
2 years.
Or just 2 years?
Now,
Oh gosh, man. At least
you're
10.
living this reality right now.
Yeah,
So
at least 10 million.
Pardon?
It's gonna go out as quick as it's gonna come in, but 10 million, it should be the base.
The exact number, Mike. What is it?
Yeah. In 2 years, at least
Yep.
10 million.
Okay, what are you doing with that money?
That's what I said. It's coming out as much as it's coming in.
Yeah, what specifically are you doing with it?
Investing in people that, you know, investing in others that have worthwhile causes. They have the right alignment. They just need help. They need support. They need. I'm going to do the same thing other people did for me. Say, hey, that guy's got potential. I'm going to be there to help see that potential. That's what I'm going to do with that money. Put water on the fire. Not save the world, but go out there when I see something good. I don't have to raise funds. I don't have to do it. If I want to, I can just do it. Hey, lucky day, right? We're gonna make this happen.
Now,
That's what I want to do.
Hold that feeling. I want you to hold that feeling, and I want to put your hands to your heart, both hands on your heart. I want you to feel that, what you're going through. What does it feel like to achieve? What does it feel like to be that person? Give the impact. Have the network. Have the foundation. Drive the car. Fly the jets. Become that in this moment. Disrupt the patterns. Huge impacts. Now I want you to even enhance that feeling even more. Feel gratitude within your body. Every fiber of your body, every emotion. Let it raise. Bring it forward. More. What's your wife doing? What's your kids doing? How proud of you are? How proud of you are of them as they go forward in their lives, giving positivity, giving more, receiving more, being that person that you had the chance and opportunity to create, smashing the timelines, building up the records, raising the standards. What's that level of gratitude like? Embody that now. Can you see what's happening to him? Shoulders relaxed. He's got a little grin on his face. Kind of looks cute, but I wouldn't do anything with it, you know, just me. He sighed. Yes, he did. Mike, I want you to turn your head to the left, your left, and go as far as you can, just your head, not your shoulder, just your head. And please drop your chin as far down as you can go. And try and bring your chest to the chin, not your chest to the chin, not the other way around. I'm putting him through this because he needs to embody it. This isn't rehearsed, by the way. And I want you to hold it there. I know it's going to be uncomfortable. Keep holding it. Pull your head a bit more around to the side, to the left. Keep going as far as it can go. Good. Now come back to center. Now open your eyes. Come back. What do you feel? You can hardly speak.
Oh, there's a lot of onions in here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's overwhelming in a good way. It's
What I'm can explain what just happened for the people who don't know, and let you just compose yourself for a moment, because that was a huge shift. It's not just internal. This was a nervous system reset for this part of a belief system that he was going. It was viscerally in his body. Now, he said something earlier that was interesting. He knew about it and overcome it. He didn't affect it. That was complete BS, because the belief system he was running was still in his nervous system. He still had that belief of unworthiness, the fear of not accomplishing something. Every time you have that belief now, or that thought, I want you to stop, and I want you to think of everything that you've just gone through positive wise, in the exact way you've just done it. Anybody who's watching this now, who's listening to this, you can really do this real time, and you can reverse everything that you were taught by doing exactly the opposite. But you must feel it. You must have the emotion, and then amplify the emotion by gratitude. What Mike just went through, and I want you to speak about it in a moment, Mike, when you've settled yourself, is a complete nervous system reset from that one belief. This isn't a nervous system reset and completion, because there's layers to it. But that one belief now has an opportunity to be completely reformed and reset over a period of conditioning, over a period of time with conditioning. Mike, what did you really experience?
Man, well, first of all, congratulations. I'm speechless. When does that happen? And second of all, yeah, joy. I mean, maybe that's the word. Joy, relief, excitement, sense of pride that I actually did it. Because I better late than never. Most people don't. They stay stuck in that. I was excited. I could see my kids having the option to carry it forward, right? A legacy that will outlive me for 200 years. That's why the onions came, because that's not minor, right? That's big, and it's beyond me, and that's I didn't sit around and wonder if I could do it. I was just doing it in my mind. I was doing it. That was key to me. It wasn't, oh, I hope I can do it. You told me to visualize it. I did it, and.
But there's two things there. One, Mike just said, I hope I can do it. Hope doesn't come into it. You did. And then you backtrack with, I was scared. The language patterns that people use, everyone does, or I do, everybody does. We aren't immune to this. We're human beings. The language patterns expose the truth. Forget about behavioral analysis for now. That is a completely different thing. And that takes years to understand and actually siphon through. But you can tell so much more about where somebody's mind is, just by listening carefully to what they say and what they repetitively say, and believe them, because they believe it to be true, or at least a version of it, or a version of them believes them to be true. The moment you start recognizing that you're running a story, the moment you start realizing that it's not your story, and asking different questions. Well, if that's not true, what is true? the pattern behavior? Yes, April. It's about you recognizing a greater version of yourself, a different reality than one you currently are running or living in. There's a famous quote saying you are the artist of your own painting. What are you painting? What identity are you creating? What masterpiece do you truly want? You don't know how to get there until you know a result. People don't know how to build a result. So build the emotion first. Build the feeling. The vision will come. You build a feeling first. You then can go much further into what that actually looks like in practicability in life. You won't have all the answers. You don't need to. We need to do the best thing to start doing is building up the emotional components of how you're going to feel when whatever it is that you want is done, because it's certainly not the way you feel right now. Yes, Mike. You're on mute. Can't hear you. Don't say anything too intelligent.
Yeah, if I can do it, you can do it. It's not a moniker, folks. You don't have to be perfect. But what I used to think it's woo-woo and all of this kind of stuff, and it's not. It's biological. It's cycle. It's true. I mean, it is what it is. And I know you, right? You've been working with me for a very long time, and I knew it was going to happen. But I wanted people to see this. I wanted people to see you don't have to be stuck. Your brain doesn't run you, right? The horse doesn't ride me. I ride the horse. And that's what I appreciate you doing that. I really do. And I appreciate people receiving it, because there's so many people. This is why we're doing this show, not to go on a soapbox, but I want people to understand why we're doing this, because there's so many people that they're going to give up the job, or they're not going to go try to get another one, right? They're going to give up that mediocrity because that's not what they were made for, and they know it. But they push down that ambition, and it pops up like whack-a-mole. They knock it back down. Well, I got shit to do. I got to pay the bills. And this is what I mean. At 40 years old, I said, to hell with it. And, and I didn't know. I didn't have a badge back then, but I found them. So that's why we're doing this show. Just wanted to make sure people understood what was going on. If you have the cure for cancer, you don't hide that shit. You share that. And that's what we're doing right now, because a lot of people are stuck. And it's a damn shame, because these are the people who could be out there helping homelessness and whatever's driving you, right? Stuff you went through. And Baz, that's a big part of you. We got to do a part 2, but it's a big part of you that you are motivated to help others, because you don't have to do this, right? You're a busy man. You got a lot of things. You can make a lot of money, but your heart and your business is geared to serve and help others and the right people. So go ahead and continue. And I want to make sure you can do it now if you want. Know how to contact you, reach you, to see if they qualify. You got a lot of different offerings, so you can do that now or later. But I want folks to know you don't do this alone. You have something of value. You haven't hit your best self, and go for it. And if your people at your job laugh at you, well, that's a good sign, because ain't nobody in the hounds laughing, and no high value man and woman that went through the process I went through laughs. They all want to support, right? And so take it away, brother.
First of all, thank you. I admire everybody who steps into a different version of themselves, or at least does the work. And it isn't just one piece of work, it's continuous. It takes time, it takes dedication, it takes courage to do this. And it isn't for the faint-hearted, which is why I put a qualification process into place. So Mike's got the website up there. It's bazporter.com. Just go to the link. There's an audit. There's 101 questions designed for that reason. It's designed for you who's doing it, or doing the audit, to really understand that your own value and where the problems or challenges in wherever you are in your life, actually are. And if you qualify, and you will at some level what I do, from start all the way to the finish, you will go through to a page and you'll have opportunity to book a call with me. We can have a conversation. It is not a sales call. I don't know if I can actually help you. So it is a qualification call. I'm not for everybody. You know, we go hard, we go fast, but we go deep. I don't do half measures. For those people who actually do have work with me or at any level, whether it be the business components or the personal identity reset stuff, or even the year programs. This isn't about quick fixes. This is about you and your future from wherever you are right now. I don't take that lightly, and I don't take other people's time or indulgence lightly either. If you're ready to go, we go. But know this, buckle up, because I will put you on a journey of your life. And I don't come from theory. Everything I teach, I've done myself. So if you want that journey, let's have a conversation, but do the audit first, because I need to know you're committed to yourself, not to me. I invest in you, but I need you to invest in you first.
Hey, buckle up. That's not some corny thing to get. That's the truth. All right. I had no idea. He's a roller coaster without safety seat. But I tell you what, it's worth it. It's worth it. And I never felt uncomfortable. I never felt forced. You know, if you have patience like the Buddha, man, honestly. Like, I mean, getting in this head, that's no easy task. But you've been there many, many different times. And even though we're different, we're still human. We still have the same biological or similar makeup and markers. And thank you for this, brother. Seriously. In shameless plug, folks, we have this kind of caliber of folks. We have April and Baz doing high level master training in the hounds of business. Seriously. Like, I've seen people pay 10 grand and not get a fraction of the value that people are giving. And they want to support you. They want to help you. So there's your first conduit. Go take the assessment. And if it's not for you or you're not ready, share it with somebody. Just share it. You can go on LinkedIn, right? Share a post. You can go here, share this movie. You know, this live stream, you know somebody is going through something. Just send it to them, right? Encourage them. But man, I appreciate you have took me under your wing. You kept me there, even more importantly. April knows how hard that is. And, you know, and now we're paying it forward. You're leveled me up. And guess what I can do now? Help more people, right? And so you help me, I help you. We're all leveling up. That's the hound's way, brother. So any last words before I tell folks what they can do to plug in? Because there's strays out here. And I don't care. I'd rather risk looking salesy than to keep this a secret anymore. Right. So what do you want to part with? Do you have any final words, anything for anybody out there that may be on the fence, that you may be inspired, that you kind of drug that stuff they've been hiding there? Anything you want to part? Floor is yours.
I always part with this, and that's you are the miracle. For years, I didn't believe that to be true. For years, I didn't believe in myself. And it took a brave woman that I decided to marry to stand there long enough and believe in me, to let me see the grace within me. So because of that woman, her name's Nicola, she afforded me the grace and time to do what I do today. And she reminded me that you, every single person watching this, are the miracle. No matter what you're going through right now, doesn't matter. You will live through it. But you've got to remember why you're here. Don't forget that you're not alone. Even though some days you might think you're alone, you're not. Just reach out, ask for some help. Don't be shy.
Yeah. That's it. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you for guiding and displaying this. And folks, hey, in the comments, hounds, friends of the hounds, people who just showed up, thank you. Appreciate you. Hey, take advantage of it. Connect with someone in the chat if you're on LinkedIn, especially. Go bring value. Don't pitch slap on them. Say, hey, it was good to see you there. What are you up to? Do the same thing you just saw Baz talk about and demonstrate, folks. You don't have to be a performer. You just have to be real and curious and have people's best interests at heart. That's how you open the door. Let me get goofy again, because I've been serious for too damn long right now. If you don't do the shit in dating, you don't do it in marketing. Every damn one of y'all be single. The shit I see pulled out there. All right, so go out there and make friends. You say, well, I don't have nothing to sell. That's the perfect time to do it, right? Because you can't even pretend to be salesy. They go out there and love on these winners in the chat. Go out there and love on people that inspire you, right? That bring value. Say thank you. Don't assume they hear thank you all the time, man. I jump up and down every time I get a text message of somebody saying, hey, thank you for what you've done. Right? Because it makes me realize why I put up with the crap I put up with. Right? Because if I don't put up with that crap and do all this self-growth journey, then that won't happen. I won't inspire people. I won't guide people. I won't help them. And I'm glad we have deep shows like this. I really do, because I want people to know below the productions and all these things that we do, and we have a lot of fun, Baz, the heart of it is serious. It's your purpose, your mission, your legacy, your quality of life, other people, your family, right? Your sense of positive pride. That stuff's important. I think it's the importance, to be honest. So that's my opinion. But go to bazporter.com. And by the way, again, if you missed the first half of this, I just want people to be aware of it. We are raising the standard, raising the value. One of those methods that we use, right? We teach and help people and facilitate networking, media, and social media, right? You don't need to go out. You just need to be seen, right? And so going out there, we got the media network. That's a big deal. So if you're curious, just send me a DM on LinkedIn. Put a comment in the YouTube. Hey, reach out, right? We're going farther, faster, big time. And so I want to make sure that the folks out there who are like, hey, maybe like I used to be, all passion and no clue, best play. You don't have to be anything. All you got to do is be honest and want to be your best self, folks. That's it. So without further ado, I just want to say, hey, connect with me on LinkedIn, Redneck1, Mike Asherbrenner. Go to bazporter.com. And folks, don't do this alone. We are super serious about leaving a major impact and legacy in this world. And when you build a successful business, you can have time, money, and freedom to do whatever the hell you want. And when people like us have good money and guess what we're going to do with it? Damn good things, right? So no more preaching or anything. I just want to make sure folks understood the heart of who we are as well as what we do. And we run with high level and heart-centered professionals. So Pollyanna, thank you, my friend. I didn't get through all the comments, but that's his fault. He made me close my eyes and cry a little bit. But you know what? I don't cry over dumb shit like spilt milk, Baz, but I will when it's intentional and when there's things out there. I'm done hiding myself. I'm done with it. And if you're done with it, hey, you might be in the right place. So thank you all. Next week, big show, huge show. We have Julie Johnson with Integrate Trauma Informed Network. We have the one and only, you see her in the comments, April Wyatt of Living with Intention, Dr. Christopher Colombo, and also Curtis Rivers. So this is going to be epic. I'm not even going to give you all details. You can find it on YouTube. I'll post it out tomorrow. Go to LinkedIn. All right. Network, come in, ask questions, rub elbows. That's how it's done here. That's it. They said, what else do I got to do? Nothing. Not yet. Just go make friends, influence people. All right. Napoleon Hill. All right. So be good, y'all. Appreciate you, Baz. You have been instrumental in my life, brother. You're a blessing. I wasn't looking for a Baz at the corner store, but thank God I found one. Get off the couch. Opportunity won't plop its ass next to you. Get out there and run with us, folks. All right. See you on the next time. Love all you guys. Appreciate you a million. Take care. Princess Wave. You're actually going to do it, man. You're a brave dude. Love you, man. Thank y'all for stopping by. Be sure to follow, share, and like, and send me a message if you had fun today. Y'all come back now.